Thank you so much.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Gabriel. What an amazing way to open our show today. Thank you so much. By highlighting their stories and achievements, we can break down stigmas and stereotypes here on Weekend Deal today. What a great pleasure it is to welcome you to our show. My name is Thelma Obazi.
Oh yes, we invite you to see this world through a different lens, filled with determination, courage, and resilience. And that's what our guest and our short stories will be bringing to the fore today. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and I'm excited you're keeping our company.
We enjoyed the play by our special, amazing artist who opened our show. He's Gabriel Samuel, a.k.a. Sags Zaddy.
Zaddy. That's the name I really like. I don't know, tell about Zaddy.
Ooh, and it's a very interesting story that he has for us to listen to and be inspired by. Gabriel Samuel was not born blind. He has once seen us. He's been watching NTA for many years. Gabriel, your story so inspired us. We said we must talk with you today. Now, the whole world is listening. Tell us about a very interesting journey that has inspired many up to this time.
Me, myself, and I, a musical enthusiast. I'm a swimmer. I'm of a revolutionary school of thoughts. I was born and bred in Lagos, in Coca side of Lagos, Coca Surumere specifically. I was not born blind, as you mentioned earlier. Glaucoma happened along the way, journey of life.
But in spite of that, you play the sax?
Yeah, I played the sax, the flutes, and a little bit of the piano.
But how did you, for somebody who was seen before,
yes,
how was the reality of now being visually impaired? How did you take it? Your process through accepting your present reality, how was it for you?
I have no other choice. They say if life show you pepper, you make pepper soup.
Wow.
I like that.
So I convert obstacles to opportunities, stumbling block to stepping stone.
Nice.
I have no other choice than to forge ahead. Though it might not be easy, but it's possible, and it's the possibility that's what keeps me driving.
I think that's amazing. And he's playing with the likes of late Sound Sultan, Sonny Badu, and other internationally reputed artists. We celebrate you today, Gabriel Samuel. What an inspiration.
Well done. Okay, I know we're so moved by his story and everything he has told us, even before the show started, that we got straight into the conversation. But let's see his profile. It will tell us more.
NTA many years ago, you know. So he grew up on the amazing things NTA has been delivering
my goodness.
to
Yes,
Nigeria and the world. Up you,
Well
up you,
done.
up you. And of the NTA family, great memories he has
Yeah.
resurrected indeed.
Indeed.
Well, it's time for our background feature. Uju Wakalo has been quite busy, and she's been talking with Mr. Wade, who
Yes.
was he's a man that wears many caps. He's been, at the time, he was an engineer, he was a banker, he went into construction.
Construction, yes.
But today he's a restaurateur. That means he's an entrepreneur. But he has time to make amazing videos on YouTube. Uju is speaking with him and another lady. When we return, Patience tells us a bit about the other person.
I lost my sight to an ailment called glaucoma. You're not gonna believe this. This is what has never been done before and is about to go down. I'm about to do the unbelievable. Yeah. All right. You thought I was gonna do that, right? Nah, I was just getting my sunglasses for the journey that lies ahead. All right, I'm heading to the gym right now. And it takes about 2.4 kilometers and I'm gonna be walking for about 50 minutes. Come with me. The show is the bet you can. I'm about 5-10 minutes into the journey and I'm gonna be crossing to the other side of the road. As a matter of fact, there are about 15 crosses right from home to the gym.
Any person with disability has that uniqueness. The blind has their unique features. You see a blind man, oh, that is a blind man, but deep inside that person is very unique. Doing things by themselves, moving around freely.
Yeah, getting right into the gym. Hey, hi guys, how you doing? All right, great, thanks. All right. So I think the first thing to ensure when you get into the gym, like what I've always done, is to have a risk assessment of the gym to know where all the equipment are that you'll be going on. And for me, the way I've been able to note the layout, I have to my left, I have the treadmill, and next to the treadmill, I have a cross trainers. And one thing that is very important to make sure you're out of danger is to protect your face. And what I do is just kind of like, have my hand shield my face, against any equipment that might stand in my way, and to make sure that I'm wearing my shin pads right there to protect my shins.
You see a deaf man, oh, this person cannot hear another, but somehow, with a little bit of support, he moves around freely, and of course, with the aid of interpreters and some other necessary things. Persons with albinism has issue of sight, low vision. Somebody you see that is blind, like my dear sister sitting here, you know clearly this is a blind person. But for somebody with albinism, it could even be more than that. Because for somebody like me, I don't use the braille. I strain to read, to do a lot of things. It's only somebody who moves very close that knows that challenge of vision, low vision, is there. And it's a very terrible thing.
Would you make up yourself without a mirror? I sure bet you can't. Well, yes, she can.
My name is Lydia. I'm a person with visual impairment. Although my eyes are opened, but I can't see. I'm here to make myself up, trying to show you how I, dress up before my day-to-day activities. So there's something we believe that despite an impairment of any kind, we can still live like a person without one. The fact that we're with any form of disability doesn't mean we should look shabby or not well dressed.
Culinary dish making is a task that I bet you can't handle without your eyes.
What would you be making for us today?
I want to make a sauce.
I bet you can't do it with the eyes closed or blindfolded. Can you?
I'll do it with blindfolded.
You should find something there.
Okay.
Wow. Bravo.
Oh, there's not enough oil. That was my fear.
A lot of us misunderstand. It is a world of a lot of innovation and strength. Now, we'll be going to NTA Lagos and we'll be talking about ability in disability.
Uniquely designed to aid our navigation through life. Our hands, legs, and eyes are key parts of our body that we cannot do without. Imagine what happens when one or more of these parts cease to function as it should. It is overwhelming. To survive the hustle and bustle of daily life in our world requires a high level of intelligence and willpower for someone who is physically fit. How much more for a person with disability?
Transport. For my place to here is a lot of challenges. From Ikorodu to Surulere, I believe you can see how distant this place is. So many of my colleagues that they are playing now, they are coming from far places like Ikorodu, Abuja, all this stuff. And then there is no much capital on this thing. See if you can see some sponsors, some people that can sponsor this our game, that will be having a lot of tournaments. Ever since then, we will be having some money in our pockets.
In a world that often labels disability as a limitation, these exceptional Nigerians, Kobams Asukwo, Akinde Oluwaseun Tony, Flora Ugunwa, Onyinye Mark are changing the narrative and breaking barriers within Nigeria and the global stage in their various spheres of influence. Folashade Oluwafemi Ayo, a name forever etched in history, a two-time Paralympic champion, lifted 167 kg to clinch gold in para-powerlifting at Paris 2024 and beat world record once again. She narrates what has kept her going, while also sharing her opinion on how to fulfill the vision, inclusion as it concerns persons with disability.
Well, I'll say with the support of my husband, thank God for the kind of man he is. He's a sportsman like me. Because I believe if I marry ordinary man that is not into sport, I will not find it very easy. And I thank my mother. She's always been there for me in prayers. Whenever I just say, this place is failing me, mothers, she will say, yeah, okay, what will you take? Okay, should I boil water for you? Mama, don't worry. So I really appreciate her. She's a good mother. So I want to build my own academy so that they will come and train. From there, at least they will get their own goal. They will get to that place they want to reach. There is a right for disability in Nigeria. They should create more jobs, more opportunities for people living with disability, so that at least they will be self-independent.
Akinde Oluwaseun Tony, a basketball champion representing Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation, believes that there are a lot of untapped potentials amongst those living with disabilities. He calls for the intervention of the government.
To just please to look into our hands and help us with, at least to include us in anything that they are doing in this country. Like this sport is this is our office. We don't have any other things to do. Like people with able now, if they are doing sports, they can easily enter force, like police or soldier. But there's no how. We can just join all this force. if government can help us, if they are doing like 2 for Ebu, they can do like 5 or 6 for us, because this is what we just have. With this sport, we can achieve a lot. If government can please help us to put more money, especially with physically challenged, we are facing a lot.
These individuals are not just stars in their various fields. They are mothers, fathers, students, fighters, dreamers, and nation builders. With every lift, throw, goal, and voice, they echo one powerful truth. Disability is not inability. It is a different kind of strength, a staring reminder that vision isn't only what we see, but what we believe is possible.
It's great to have you keep our company today. Today is a very special day for many of us because our hearts are getting really warmed up by seeing what the special group of people have been able to achieve in spite of some obvious challenges. Our topic today is on the unique world of disabilities. And our guests are also here. We want to welcome them very warmly. First up, I welcome Lawrence Idemudia Edelifo. Lawrence Idemudia Edelifo is Acting Director, Social Integration, National Commission for People with Disabilities. He has a profile, and we'll see it now.
Nice picture. Wow. Okay, he's not alone. We have another gentleman here looking all dapper. He is the Acting Director, Compliance and Enforcement, National Commissioner for Persons with Disability. He is Nkem Uchegbolam. Let's see his profile. Here, come back.
Barrister
Yes.
Ikem, we welcome you to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much.
You're
What an
welcome.
exciting opportunity this is. Like you told us, we've met before. Many of us have met before. I know you've been watching the NTA as you often do. Thank you for making the time to be with us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I do know that you're the national president of the Association of Lawyers with Disabilities. Great one. So let me set the tone with you first up. What's it been like? What's the journey been like? Were you born just as you are, or something happened along the way?
Yeah, I was not born with a disability. I survived polio at the age of 4.
Wow.
And, it was at a point, I actually passed out, like, after hours of, of unconsciousness in the course of, the polio, well, I say sickness because it comes in a way that you are sick, you fall sick, and over a period of time, it was during recovery that it will now be realized that you have lost mobility in some critical parts of your body, connecting to the central nervous system. So within that period, it was, but God, maybe saw tomorrow and brought me back to life. So eventually, I lost the 2 legs, like about 80% mobility on the 2 legs, but the other parts of the body, God kept them. But there are many people that, became quadriplegic as a result of polio. Polio can even cause multiple sclerosis, where you see the spinal cord twisting into maybe 3 or 4, cuffs, and that is sclerosis. So sometimes when I look at myself and look at some other people that are, very much ravaged by polio, my latest.
We are grateful.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm grateful and it's
Inspired.
yes, inspired. And I'm still coming back to you before we go to him, because it's beautiful to see you being grateful in all this. It's just inspiring, like Thelma rightly said. But at what point did you move on to say, okay, now I have to move on from this and become a lawyer and become something? How was that transition for you? I'd like to know.
Now, at a point in my life, I'm the last born of my family, and was very clinging to my mom, late now, and it was a very pathetic situation when I was told that I have to leave home at the age of 7 to go to a rehabilitation center.
Okay.
So my mom cried, but my father said, no, we just have to do this for him.
So you can make something of yourself.
Yes. So when I got there, I did the primary school at the Cheshire home in Olo. What happens during holidays, they will come and pick me back to the house for the holidays. Then when school resumes, it's always a very emotional time to go back. So it continued like that. So when I finished primary, got into secondary school, my father called me and said, there is only one option for you in life, is to go to school.
Okay.
You can't do any other thing. And I am my children, your brothers, your sisters, will make sure that you go to school. So you just have to concentrate. So that I did, and eventually, I would say the rest is history.
Indeed.
Today, I'm a lawyer.
We were talking with Samuel Gabriel earlier. He used to watch NTA. He knows of AM Express and many NTA programs. And today, even though he's visually impaired, nothing has stopped him. In fact, you guys are unstoppable. And please, let's give them their flowers. Thank you so much for being here to inspire more people in our world today. And we have another guest, like we met him earlier, Lawrence Edelifo. Beyond their talent, inspirations, and aspirations, people with disabilities face some challenges. Moving from place to place sometimes, even letting the world know that they are capable. So I want to hear from Mr. Lawrence Edelifo. I know he's married with children. He is a hearing impaired. That's why we have somebody here who is passing on the message very clearly to him. Let's hear from Mr. Lawrence. What's life like? Was he born with the hearing impediment, or something happened along the line?
Everything was okay. Next New Year Day, well celebrated with friends. As I used to say, ended my glowing youth. Because on that day, in the evening, after our celebration, there was masqueration day. They called all of us youth to come out and pray for us. So I came out as ordered too. So going back home, I had some weird tone. Still not made it today. Went to sleep. So the middle of the night, I woke up. Started roaming around the room. Then sat down, vomit. That is that. Sickness started. Went back to bed. To stand up became a problem. So it was my own mother was dead. My father was still alive. My stepmother, no see me. I came to greet me. What is wrong? I have to run to call my father. If we don't carry the Demudia out of the village, he will die. So they carry me to. He got our local government headquarters, hospital. Arrived there, no drug. Drips. The nurse man told me, I could not walk, just lying like that.
What?
Can still talk. So just like that. The next patient to me advised my father to take me to one village so that I will not die here. They carry me there. So from there I started to ask my father, it is raining. I need to drink rainwater. Which rain? Sometimes I will sleep. I said generator is making noise. If you off it, I can sleep. I never knew that it was my
Hearing.
hearing.
As at that time, I could not even walk or move. My father had to carry me to toilet to pee. That noise took my hearing away. After 3 months in that native doctor place, I was taken to Benin City. First to psychiatric hospital, thinking that I was mad or something. Just, nothing. Carried to UBT, University of Benin Teaching Hospital. Come next week, like that. In frustration, they carried me to Sapele, one CAC, Catholic Christian Apostolic Church, Christ Apostolic Church. That is where I stay. They pray. I started to walk from there. After some time, back to Benin, and then to live with one of my sisters at Abuja. I've become a deaf. I cannot hear again. So while there, they would not even allow me to do anything. And I was in class 5. That sickness started January. May was our final exam. So one of the days I just decided, because people used to give me money, decided to leave Auchi to Igara to meet my cousin and other classmates. Collect some books, come back to Auchi. Started reading. And when the exam proper came, I went back. All my classmates were surprised. What happened? Life like that. I became deaf. But today, we thank God. God has a way. We have. If not for the deafness, I would not be where I am today. So every challenge, there is an opportunity.
Indeed. In every challenge, there's an opportunity.
I'm listening, and I'm sure Nigerians are as inspired as I am of your story. Okay, moving forward, what did you now decide to do with your life? Moving forward, what did you read in the university, and what did you decide to do with your life that got you to this position?
It is a very long story. You see, I was in the village. I have to resort to farming at first. But year in, year out, I see my mate, Junior, coming back, flashing on me. So one day I told my father, I'm leaving the village. Hi, to where? I don't know, but I must leave. I was helpless. So he decided to pray for me. So from my village, I went to my brother. Tell that brother, today I need money to enroll for GCA then, so I can further my education.
For your education.
Ask me if I have the certificate, what will I do with it?
What will you do with it? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what somebody
They asked me if I sit for the exam and pass and I have the certificate, what will I do with it with your deafness? Well, I moved to other relative. Then Benin. I spent 1 month before I arrived in Lagos. Work with Celestial Church. Railway. I tried to see National Advisory Council for the Deaf. So they sent me to Benin back again. To meet the secretary then. So he took our details. Later on, when there was opportunity for trained person with disability, I think Governor Iniega then gave us more job. It's while on that job that I met someone who finished Federal College of Education, special. He came to me, I could not sign. I was to document him.
Okay.
I said, you are deaf? Yeah. There is a place you can go. Where? Federal College of Education Special. You will be trained there, you can sign, you become useful. True. So I took the entrance exam. I have not sat for GCT then, but I know without sickness, I was able to have 4 credit then, only to make English
But yes.
to further. So I took the College of Education entrance exam. PC, they call it a Polytechnic, College of Education entrance exam. I went to Lagos. When I passed, when the result came out, met a friend who led me to Oyo. When I got there, the registrar then said, oh, your result is so good. We should go and sit for GCE and go to university instead of waiting years. I told him I need to start somewhere. As we were arguing, he was not ready to admit me. As we were arguing, one of the men working with the registrar, working with the provost of the college came. So I had the conversation. I was away from Bender. This is my brother. Please. Admit it. That is how I entered Federal College of Education Special to read Education of the Hearing Impaired and Social Studies.
Nice.
So from there, I went to graduate as the best student.
Oh, wow. Wow.
As God will have it, I paid for direct entry. Wanted to study law. But because of mathematics, the head of law refused to admit me. The Federal Ministry of Education, Center for Support Services for the Deaf, pleaded with him, he refused. So one of the lecturers in guidance and counseling who knows about deaf and work with the Center for Support Services for Deaf called me, brought the head of Center for Support Services for the Deaf. So we met. He told me, life does not end with one course. If they are not ready to admit you,
So give you law.
I will admit you to my department. That is school guidance and counseling. We accepted, was admitted. I passed out. After that, came to Abuja to serve. While serving, I got work also. Then I met someone who told me about Ford Foundation scholarship.
Oh.
I applied. The first time I missed it because that I'm not familiar with email and computer. I went late. So the second opportunity came. I took it also. Got accepted. Then I went to Gallaudet University, Washington DC to read school guidance and counseling.
Amazing journey.
Wow.
So, we say thank you for sharing. And with all these inspiring stories, you see that they are hardly ever daunted.
Yes.
And this is a message to all of us, If obstacles come from north, south, go west. If not, go east.
Yes.
Just keep maneuvering your way.
Yes. Keep
As
moving.
long as you are determined, you will get it done. You're watching Weekend Deal. Our focus today on the show, like you have seen and been inspired by, is the unique world of disabilities. We'll take another break. We'll be back. Please don't go away. And thank you for your messages. Please keep them coming.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is your favorite weekend show on TV, Weekend Deal. And this weekend, today, we're focusing on the unique, amazing world of disability. Mr. Lawrence here just told us that we should say disability productivity in disability, that they are productive, and they have shown it in no small measure today in the studio. And now, to scale up our conversation, it's another guest is joining the house. She is the acting director. She's the director voice of Disability Initiative VDI, and she is barrister Ede Catherine Chinyere. Let's see her profile.
welcome you very warmly, Barrister Chinyere Catherine Ede. Welcome you to Weekend Deal.
Thank you.
Okay, nice one. We have talked expansively. We've identified some challenges that people with disabilities face in Nigeria, and we've heard from lawyer Barrister Ikem about the progressive steps that have been taken to make it easier. He has also reminded us that the mindset of the society needs to change so we can break down irrelevant barriers, stereotypes, and stigmas. But if I were to ask you a direct question, Barrister Catherine, where are those critical areas that you think that government can step in quickly to bring positive change in the shortest possible time? Oftentimes we are waiting for policies and laws to be passed, but are there short-term measures we can take to ease the burden of people with disabilities in Nigeria at this time? Where do we start?
Okay. Thank you very much. I will start by thanking you for the honor of inviting me to this program. It is a privilege. I thank you. Then on your question, we have Disability Act. I have listened to Barrister Ikem discuss on that. So I will say that your question, what can government do? We have to focus on implementation, effective implementation of the provision of the Act, and ensure that all states domesticate it. Where we have problem in Nigeria is always with implementation. We are always legislating, but when it comes to implementation, we lag behind. For instance, see the Disability Act. We have already made the 5-year transitory period. And if even with that, we go to different public offices. Federal government, let us start with federal government offices. How many public structures are complying with the provisions of the Act? We still struggle. Barrister Ikem was talking about our legal system, the commission working to train people from justice sector, and how somebody brought a case that has to do with compliance with the provision of the Act, and the court struck it out. That is the issue we have in Nigeria. We are not strictly complying with implementation, and because of this, citizens will not strictly adhere to the provision. When there is no law, no strict implementation, the lawyer are not even informed. I'm the lawyer, I'm deaf. Why did I go into NGO sector? Because the justice system is not inclusive. How many people will engage me as a deaf lawyer to handle their cases? They will not believe in me. Deaf, they will not. Even with this means that I will not have much clients. Even if I happen to have few clients and I go to court, how will I handle it when the system is not inclusive? This was the thought that was in my mind when I was completing my program in the university and law school. I thought, where do I need to start? I cannot spend all these years and finish, stay unemployed, hungry. when I know that I am an asset, I have a lot to offer. This was when I look at the human rights angle, and I know disability rights is from human rights. This is the good place to start. Advocacy. And I know that what we are doing is working because we are engaging the government, connecting with them, collaborating with them, influencing them. Most of them, because of our new what African mindset about disability, perception, archaic belief, and anything. Even with exposure, they still lag behind when it comes to disability issue. This is why we have to work with them, stay close, find somebody who we feel has the passion and has the influence, not all of them in government. So I'm sorry I'm taking too long.
Okay.
That's why.
Your question, government, to answer your question, government need to start strict implementation of the provisions of Disability Act and ensure that states all domesticate and also ensure implementation at state level. But I will also come to women. Please, we should not leave women behind. This is the main reason I am here. Thank you very much.
Wow. If I say we are inspired today, it's an understatement. Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you so much. We're back. I would come back to Mr. Lawrence, and this is for information. I know for we are doing this. One of the reasons why we're doing this show is for us to understand each other, understand this unique world. We hear of hearing aids. What is the role of hearing aids for people with impairment? Like, what does I thought with hearing aids you should hear. I don't know. I want to know what hearing aid does.
Hearing aid do not work for every individual. For me now, you can see I don't have any. There are those who may have made hearing left, can amplify sound for them. For me now, if I put on hearing aid, when anything moves, I will just vibrate, which is not good enough. Apart from hearing aid, we have what we call cochlear implant. But that one is very, very expensive. It takes about $40,000 to have it on you. It works well for some people. But again, you know, in all this, it's a 50-50 chance. If you go for operation to fit cochlear implant, you can either succeed or you fail. And when you fail, you may be well done your initial stage. Some people think that every deaf person should use hearing aid. Not everyone. No, it depends on the level of loss. We call it decibel. For me now, I'm 95, 8 dB loss. So hearing aid will not fit me. It works for some. It don't work for others. And the type we have in Nigeria are old-fashioned hearing aid. Advanced digital hearing aid. That one can reduce sound when the environmental sound is too much, or make it high when it is too low for the deaf person to hear. But again, it depends on taste and on individual.
Okay. About the hearing aids and technology that is available for
I became deaf around the age of 9. I was not born deaf. I think it was because of air pollution. Because I'm from Enugu State, and Enugu is known for coal mining. They have suspended it now because of the harsh effect of it. In my village, there is a coal industry where they burn it, turn it to for ready material for road, and the stench, the level of air pollution is out of this world. Every time I'm at home, I suffer because my body, the type of body I have, is very, very sensitive. I'm always avoiding things. Not that I easily fall sick, no. I don't easily fall sick, but small thing, my body will react. So when I was a kid, I was always dealing with this air pollution. Then, one December, during Governor Chimaruke's time, he was doing all the road in Enugu, and it passed through my area. The doors, Jehovah, they did not hasten it. So the doors was hard, coupled with the cool, stench of the cool. I found myself sick. We thought it was malaria. I think it was inflammation of the membrane or something like that because I inhaled so much. So first they took me to a chemist. The chemist looking at me because I was in coma, not waking up for 24 hours. No food, nothing. So they forced me to a chemist. The chemist looking at me, refused to handle me, said that it is a case above them. So they went to a bigger pharmacy. They looked at me, evaluated me, still refused to handle me. So they took me to a small clinic. The clinic still refused to handle me. Asked them to take me to a Parkland General Hospital in Enugu. That was where I was admitted. I stayed there for 1 week. I did not wake up. I wasn't coma because that thing has already knocked me out. But I was not dead. So, Parkland said that my case is above them, that they should transfer me to UNTH in Enugu. It was there that if you see the type of treatment I was given, every 1 minute, you know the number of doctors working there, including student doctors. This one will come and inject and leave. Another will come and inject. They turned me to experiments. Whoa. My fingers were so swollen. They don't even inject me here. Only on the waist, shoulder, back, even the skull. I woke up one day, only to see a big plaster. My head shaved, Mahala, and the big plaster. I started asking what happened, that there was a procedure done on me, on the head. I was there for 1 month, but I healed. But without a scan. I saw myself deaf in a new world, completely and profoundly deaf.
Hi.
And it was said that it was the effect of the injection. Name of the injection, chloranthenicol, now banned in Nigeria because it's very powerful. They were just trying to save my life. So they resorted to a very powerful injection, since others don't seem to be working. And then the effect pushed me to become deaf.
Wow.
That's sad.
Thank you for sharing your personal story with us, Barrister Catherine. You have enriched our lives. You have also humbled us. Because in spite of all of that, see where you are today.
Honestly.
Talking to the world about things that hitherto we were not so knowledgeable about.
Okay, we are, like Thelma said, at the almost ending the show. So let's say our closing words, and I'll begin with ladies first. Okay, yes, I'll go to. Okay, I wanted to go ladies first, but Tamash told me no. Barrister was actually saying something before we went on the break. So, Barrister, your closing remarks.
Yeah, I was going to say that most cases of disabilities in Nigeria actually result from medical negligence. And in Nigeria, we don't have strict sensu. We don't have laws that make medical, doctors, medical people in the medical, industry, liable for negligence. We have a patient's bill of rights, but it is what it is, a bill, and challenging it in court, has not really been done. So these things are, they keep going on, and at the end of the day, people slip into disability as a result of one negligence or the other, and we seem to be helpless about it. And I believe that, and I hope that our lawmakers will look into this issue of medical negligence and put up something that people can assert their rights through that platform.
Thank you, Barrister Ikem.
Okay.
Mr. Fidelius.
Mr. Fidelius.
Lawrence.
Your closing.
Lawrence, yes.
I always say, I'm one of the people that don't have a negative feeling about my country. That is why I even came back as a fourth fellow. That is why I'm saying, we are both fourth fellows. The government has started by giving us a commission. They need to fund it to meet the need of persons with disability. Secondly, we should not leave the issue of persons with disability to government alone. Let it start from the home. Philanthropies, big company, everybody contribute. That is what other countries do. For example, in Singapore, they have what they call the disability fund, where everyone make money to make sure that issue of persons with disability are met as at when due. We hope that we will reach that level in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. Let's hear from Barrister Catherine.
I will say that government should recognize organizations like VDI who are doing much to ensure disability inclusion that is effective in Nigeria is happening. Our advocacy is doing a lot, but we admit that we do not have the level of government support that will make things more effective. We need more government support. For example, now we are doing projects where we are looking for adolescent girls with disability and enrolling them back into the school, including those that are single mothers, but adolescent girls. We are all doing this with funding, no matter how limited it is from outside the country.
Mr. Samuel
Nigerian
Gabriel.
government should also come in and
Samuel
support
Gabriel.
us.
Well done, well done.
Samuel, thank you so much. Mr. Samuel, go on, start.
Well done, sis. Well done, well done.
Thank you so much. Everyone.
Amazing, amazing.